There are a few key moments in life that stay with you forever. Holding a positive pregnancy test for the first time, getting your first pregnancy ultrasound, sharing the news with loved ones, and just being joyous about carrying life for the first time. Fortunately, the most difficult moments stay with you too. They have a way of making the positive memories a bit blurrier. So this is me sharing the good with the bad and simply acknowledging my angel baby that changed my life forever. Okay, here we go. Hello, welcome to my channel, Kai, and today is a different type of video. I mean, even just from me laying down on the intro is completely different, but I'm just trying to go with it because this topic today is definitely probably like the most difficult thing for me to talk about. So I wanted to be as comfortable as possible. So this is the Not So Comfy Couch, and basically the premise of this series is just uncomfortable conversations that need to be talked about more. So that's what I'm using this series for. I have to be honest, it's taken me a very long time to do this video for many reasons. One, I simply wasn't ready. Two, because like I said before, this is definitely the most difficult thing I've been through. So as you can tell by the thumbnail or my title, the topic of conversation is miscarriage today. Nothing about this situation could possibly be perfect, right? So I need to get out of my head. I've been wanting to talk about this. I've been wanting to share about this because this is a very common experience for a lot of people who carry children. Unfortunately, that is the sad truth. So it's always something that I feel has made people uncomfortable when I'm speaking with them about my experience. So I don't know. This is just my little corner of the internet, and I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. So 5 days ago was actually 3 years since I miscarried. February 10th, 2021 was when it happened. So I just kind of wanted to take you all through the journey with me. Around that time I was recording, just trying to document since we found out that we were pregnant. I'm just gonna share what I have, and this is just dedicated to my first baby that I never got to meet. Hi. So don't mind my little Felicia braids, but I'm just testing out our new gimbal right now and preparing for tomorrow's appointment. Tomorrow morning will be our first sonogram to see our new baby. Got a little bun in the oven, so I'm excited to see this child inside of me. It's gonna be a journey, but I'm definitely really excited about it. I'm nervous but excited. I'm a little bummed because Marcus can't join. He will just be sitting in the car waiting for me outside of the office, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out and we'll be fine. So I'm hoping to be able to document this journey and hopefully be able to show the baby one day. So I'm about to head to the OBGYN for the lab specifically. Okay, calm down. Okay, so I'm getting blood work basically to just make sure my pregnancy hormones they've doubled since I had my first sonogram on Tuesday. We expected to be further along in the pregnancy than what showed up in the actual sonogram. But apparently we looking like we're like 2 weeks along. So just to make sure that's the actual case, we want to make sure that this is still a healthy pregnancy as far as it's been. We are going to I'm getting blood work done today to make sure that my pregnancy hormones have doubled since I got blood work on Tuesday. Apparently every 72 hours your pregnancy hormones should be doubling. So we're gonna see if that's the case today. Hoping and praying that is the case, and I just realized I was pregnant a lot sooner than most people do. So we will see. Fingers crossed. I hope all is well. I hope this is a healthy pregnancy. And then 2 weeks from now, I will be getting a second sonogram to hopefully detect how far along we are a little bit more, because it's too soon. It was too small for us to realize how far along we were. So they were guessing around 2 weeks. Hopefully in 2 more weeks we will get a better idea of when. So I'm just nervous. Fingers crossed. We will see how it goes.
What?
I got some important stuff to tell you.
What's that?
What you say?
Please, come on and say, please.
Say, go say what?
I don't know what you say. What's important?
What do you think it is?
I don't know, Martha. Please.
I'm weird?
What's up?
Kaya's just pregnant.
Justin, I'm talking about, boy. I know why it's gonna wake down.
Yeah, you got you.
Look,
Important information for you.
good. What you got?
You gotta promise me that you won't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Say I promise. Say I, and put up your right hand.
I got it up.
Say I promise not to say anything that Marcus and Kaya is about to say to me to anybody else until they tell me I can. Okay.
I promise.
We're pregnant.
Can we have a baby?
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
No, you're lying, Kai.
I'm not lying.
Yes, the you are. Okay, so put it on your grandfather.
I put it on everybody we love. I put it on your life. I am pregnant.
So I'm gonna be an auntie?
Yes, I had to record you.
I'm about to cry.
I'm not that far
I'm
along.
so excited. Oh my god.
You're gonna make me cry, damn it. Kayla.
I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
You're gonna be such a good mom. I'm so excited. Why am I crying?
Damn.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool! Yeah!
I wanted to tell you something.
What?
I'm pregnant.
For real? You lying, huh?
I promise. I wouldn't lie.
Okay. And I kind of figured that might have been why yesterday.
What do you mean? But the WhatsApp?
No. Yesterday when you went to the doctor.
Yeah, doctor lady. I told you don't tell her you went to the doctor.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. You guys are gonna be grandparents.
Are you serious? Oh my god! Oh my god! When? Are you pranking us?
Yes.
I'm pregnant.
Marcus is pregnant.
See, that's why your face is glowing. Oh my gosh! goodness. Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't want to be a mom. I want to be a Gigi.
Look, we got time.
Oh, me.
We have time to decide your name. Don't worry.
So have you been to the doctor?
I have. I went on Tuesday, and it's very small. So they're thinking like very early, like 3 weeks
So
maybe.
Peyton knows too.
No, Peyton
Peyton
doesn't.
knows too.
Peyton doesn't know.
I heard it. Congratulations on the auntie.
Yeah.
Wait, is it January?
Yeah.
Well, she's trying to
what
see what sign.
Yeah. What sign is
It's
it?
gonna be a Virgo.
Probably.
So what is it? September, October-ish?
Yeah, most likely. But we don't know exactly how far along. They said I'm going to get another ultrasound in 2 weeks. So they're going to hopefully be able to detect it more.
So no, I can't move now. Gotta stay here forever.
Yep.
Now.
I am about to be on my way to the doctor's again for blood work. Last night we got news that my HCG levels aren't increasing at a normal rate. Usually within a 72-hour period they double, and mine only increased by 20%. So the doctor expressed that she's concerned miscarriage is on its way. I cried a lot, I worried a lot, and then I researched a lot, and I saw that there were a lot of stories where doctors shared that same information with other mothers, and things turned out just fine. So I'm trying to stay hopeful. Did a lot of talking to the baby last night, with hopes that they hear me and they stay. Something just tells me we're gonna be okay. I'm very hopeful, and I just want to believe that we're gonna be okay. So that's where my mindset is right now. We're about to go there, and even if my levels aren't necessarily normal, that doesn't mean our baby won't be. So yeah, trying to keep a level head. That's the update. We're about to go get blood work now. About to head there, blast some Janae Aiko, and keep the good vibes going. And fingers crossed. So yeah, until next time. Today is day 4. Chilling in bed. Not doing much, but watching Degrassi. Last night, I had my first spotting incident. Very scary. My heart dropped. Lots of tears. I was really scared. But I reached out to a couple mama friends, and majority of them, including my mom, said that it's normal as long as it's not heavy. So I'm not worried as much. There's no pain associated with it. Slight cramps, but nothing crazy, not like pain. And I've had slight cramps basically this whole time. Yeah, this has been quite the journey so far, and I believe we're only like a month in. We still don't know the timing of anything. We don't know how far along we are. We don't know much at all. So this has been a guessing game. It's been a scary game, but just a lot of prayer, and hoping that the baby remains healthy, strong, all that good stuff. So I've just been laying in bed for days, watching Degrassi. That's all. On the plus side, one, I have creating life inside of me, hopefully a healthy one, but I'm noticing the lack of edges that I had. It's a little more hair there lately. I'm losing it. I'm literally losing it at that time. So scared, me and my husband, and we go to the hospital because obviously we want to make sure, we wanted some answers because everything was just, nothing made sense to me. Like the time of which I was pregnant, like how long I've been pregnant, nothing was making sense. And like not knowing when they conceived, not knowing how pregnant you are, because typically your first checkup with most doctors in the US is they wait for you to be 8 weeks pregnant. So they booked me out to that time. They tell by the last time your period was, so then they schedule you that way. So when I went into my 8-week appointment, it being, you would have thought 8 weeks, when I went to the ultrasound and them trying to find, so they tried to find, they did an ultrasound vaginally. No, they did my stomach first. They did an ultrasound on my stomach and weren't really seeing anything. This is at my first appointment. And then they did vaginal, and that's when they said, oh, you're barely 2 weeks pregnant. Like you're like barely pregnant. And I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. How am I barely pregnant? Nothing made sense, okay? Because again, by that time you would have expected to at least been 2 months pregnant. You know, I shared in the past videos like the levels and things like that, but nothing was adding up. So fast forwarding to February 10th, I was cramping with my spotting, and I think my bleeding was starting to get a bit heavier. So I went into the hospital. Me and my husband go together. Thankful for him being able to be there with me. Obviously this is something that I did not record because I was really scared at the time. So I'm just trying to go back to that day with you all without completely losing it. So we get to the hospital, and I don't remember every single thing that I had to do, but I was taken to labor and delivery. So it wasn't like the typical emergency room having to wait, things like that. They got a urine sample, they got blood work, and then I had another ultrasound. This was with an ultrasound tech and one doctor. We're in the room, they're, you know, trying to find the baby, and said like that they couldn't, basically they said that this is no longer a viable pregnancy. So as you can imagine, it's really, you know, the last thing you want to hear, especially from being so excited. From the moment you realize that you're pregnant, I feel like you just start imagining all of these things for this baby. You imagine who the baby is, what they're going to look like, what's their name, you know, and you start to think about like all of your hopes for them, and then for things to just like crash just like that, for it to finally like be definite that this is not going to result in me meeting my first child. Whew. Okay, I think I've recollected myself. I will not apologize for crying. Of course, nobody wants to be that person crying on the internet, but alas, here I am. Like, I don't know how to talk about this without crying. So yeah, they're gonna give us some time to just like regroup and be together after hearing that news. So me and my husband just hold each other and we cry for what felt like, you know, forever. They had me go back to like, it was like a triage room. The nurse asked me how did I want to go about this. Did I want to have a DNC, right? Isn't this what it's called? Which is a surgical procedure where they like go into your uterus and clean out all of the remains of the pregnancy. Did I want to take a pill to start the process of ridding my body of my baby, or did I want to wait things out? And I said that I wanted the pill. I'll take the pill. And so they prescribed it to me and I left with it. And when we left the hospital, nothing felt real. Like, it just felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I didn't understand why. Like, still, I just don't get it. I don't fully get it. Everything is just question marks at this point. What the f just happened? Is this real life? What am I going to tell everybody? Because I already told everybody. So many thoughts were like running through my head, and I never felt more lost. So later that evening when we're home, you know, it's just like this chilling quiet throughout the apartment, and it's just me and my husband spending time together and just like mourning. I didn't take my pill, but I did have plans to, and basically that evening I didn't need to take the pill because my body started to pass all of the tissue from the baby. My body was in so much pain, like before, leading up to the passing of the baby. Like I remember needing to like be in hot water, and I'm just like rocking back and forth because it was like the worst cramps ever. So literally that night, it was like, what it felt like to me was that like this baby was really holding on with everything that they could to me. And as soon as the doctors confirmed that like they're no longer a viable pregnancy, like they just, you know, then they let go, you know, and they let me let go of them, because I was so hopeful. I was so hopeful that like all of the questions would be answered, everything would just end up turning out fine. I'm grateful for them fighting just as hard as I tried for them as well. I have like conflicted thoughts about just how I went about the pregnancy. A part of me regrets sharing so early with everybody, because then I had to share the sad news of losing the baby, and each time it hurt so bad. But also, you know, unfortunately some of our family members that we did share with, they shared with others in excitement. You know, I get it, but also if anybody watching this, if you know of somebody who is pregnant and they haven't shared with many people, you know, and you're one of the special people that they shared with, be mindful of keeping that a secret. It is not your place to share that news with anybody. It is only theirs, because so many things could go wrong, and it's not fair for you to create that opportunity for them to have to explain themselves and their trauma to anybody, you know. I do know that people don't have any ill intentions with that, but it's just a moment for you to be more mindful about that type of stuff coming from somebody that went through it, you know. Part of me regrets it because I also feel like if things go wrong, I still need support, like more now than ever, right? I just went through a tragic loss. My body's going through a lot of change. I could use some extra love. I could use some extra support. So even though it sucked to have to like tell people we lost the baby, it was nice to have a listening ear for me to express my emotions with that, because it's such a lonely experience. It's not like the most comfortable topic for people. Just the opportunity to express how I feel, what I'm going through, and just for you to be able to listen. It sucks to go through everyday life and have people only acknowledge the children that you have here on earth, you know, because as a mom who experienced losing a baby, it just feels like, it just feels wrong. It feels wrong sometimes, you know, but also then I have the mental war with myself with, do I, you know, share the fact that, you know, I have 3 babies, but only 2 are here with us on earth? No, because I don't want to make them uncomfortable, you know, and I try to be mindful of that as well, because like I had a trigger warning on this video because this topic is very heavy and it can affect people, you know, in a bad way if they're not ready to like receive that type of information. So I'm mindful of that, but it does absolutely suck to not be able to talk about them, and just to like go through everyday life like that was just something that happened. It's not a big deal because it's still a very huge deal to me. Another thing I regret is blaming myself, but like I said earlier, I didn't understand how or why. So you can only like look at your body as if it betrayed you. Like, why couldn't you have carried that baby to term? You know, like that's how I was feeling. And I'm like, and I had to get out of that quickly, because from somebody who never had a great relationship with their body, that's not the type of narrative I wanted to keep for that. I had to realize like this is really just bad luck, and let that be that. And if this is something that continues throughout us trying for a child, then we look from there. But like they said, this happens to 25% of pregnancies. This is not crazy. You are okay, you are healthy, you made it through this. Your body is still working with you to just get you back to yourself. Just advice to any person who has gone through this, or maybe now, I just would really just tell yourself, please, please, please be your own best friend in that situation. Do not blame yourself. Treat yourself more kind than you ever had before. Have more grace than you ever had before with yourself, because you are going to get through this. Don't lie and say that this doesn't still affect me to this day. It does very much, especially now that I have 2 children that are earthside. After miscarrying, I got pregnant the August of 2021. So 6 months after I miscarried is when I conceived my firstborn child. And it was so hard the whole pregnancy, because the anxiety that I had was out of this world. You lose one baby and you feel like that's gonna be the result every single time. You have no way of knowing until you're just in it. So it was hard for me to not think of every single thing that could have gone wrong, and to like try not to be too excited, because this could just end, you know. And shortly after that, my secondborn entered the world, and here we are today. Here we are today. I just first want to thank you for the opportunity to share this with you, this story, this experience. I know it's not comfortable, but I really needed this. Being the 3rd anniversary of that was tough, and just made me realize how much time is passing by. And I just was like, I haven't been or did anything to like honor that baby, I feel like. And it's been 3 years, so that's what this is, just in honor of them. Thank you for giving me my first glimpse into motherhood. That was such a beautiful time of my life, and I get sad, obviously reminiscing, but also I just think of the happiness that this child still brought our lives without even meeting us. So it's hard to say I'm grateful for the experience, but I'm just grateful to have been pregnant with that baby, regardless of how things ended up. And I have hope that when I'm no longer here on earth, that I get to meet them and I get to know them and just love them. That they're looking down on us and just smiling at their silly little brothers. And yeah, until we meet again, or not again, but for the first time. I look forward to that day, I really do. I just want to say thank you for allowing me the space to talk about this. Obviously, this type of video is not for everybody. I totally get it. I totally understand, but this is like my diary series, if that makes sense. And it's good to be able to get some things out. So that's what this space is for me. And thank you for joining me in this space. And I just ask for kindness. All this topic and this type of video is heavy. I hope you still just enjoyed hearing the story of our little green bean. Because I like to be able to talk about them every now and then. So just thank you for that. That's it for now, y'all. I gotta sign out and wipe my nose. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Even if it was a bit sad, I will see you all in the next video.